Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Chair League. I am your host, Jayzon, bringing you yet another Pro Division match here for Brawls Deep versus Third String, a best out of 3 series to start off our Monday evening. Thank you for joining us, and I am joined once again by my good friend and teammate, Ice Fox. How's it going, man?
Hey everyone, I'm doing all right. How are you doing today, Jay?
Oh, pretty good. Just kind of flowing through. Fighting off a little cold, if I'm being honest. But, you know, hey, worst things have happened.
Yeah, that's true. You're sounding a little nasally before.
Yeah, but we will get through. We'll figure it out, team. Don't worry about it. We got one more to file on in here. But I think we got it. I think we're going to have a series. Yeah. There we go. Looks good. Alright, so our first match here is going to be on Dragonshire. Of course, this is going to be Third String's map pick as they were the away team. So we're going to see our overlords here in Chair League, Brawls Deep, getting the pleasure of first pick.
So, why do you think they picked Dragonshire? Do they just have you cast them before and they like that map, or?
They pick the maps. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you've seen it in your highlight videos or not. Or they might have a preference of this map.
I don't know, but we got a little bit of a rules scuffle going on here. Let me go ahead and take a peek. I'm pretty sure the rules state that you're not allowed to play for 2 different teams. There's been a little bit of confusion over the sorry if my camera's going a little white. I need to be
They're saying Majam isn't even on his rosters.
okay. Well, there's a little issue with the website right now. They can't sign up new subs. But as far as I know, you're not allowed to play with 2 different teams same week. I'm trying to find where it specifies that in the rule book specifically.
Duh rules.
But it's not actually written up in the official rules, so.
And the team seemed fine with it and ready to go, so.
Alright.
Dragon.
I mean, if I had found it in big blaring letters on the rules page, I would have maybe made a bigger deal out of it, but as long as these guys are good, I'm good.
We just want some good matches, man.
That's true.
So then, Dragonshire to hack his map.
Yeah, it is definitely the home of the global heroes. This is where you love to have a Brightwing, you love to have Falstad or Dahaka. ETC also prioritized here because he's got that stage dive ability after 10 to get you a little extra of that global presence, but also because he's got good CC in these rotations. Usually you'll see a solo top lane with often a 4-man rotation between mid and bot. So he's a pretty good hero for being able to start off those initiations and get those picks during those rotations.
Absolutely, but I'd also like to possibly see an LT here if they end up building a comp for it, since you got the medevac to get around the map pretty easily, plus you have to sustain fight around the shrines to try and capture them, so she's always a decent pick here.
Yeah, LT is an interesting pick here because it's all about positioning. You know, as LT, you're one of the most squishy and vulnerable supports in the game, so it's very hard to get good value out of her here in terms of trying to capture the map objective, but she is very good at supporting it. So it's rough for her to try and help capture the top shrine, as if you get cut off from the other side, there's no way for you to escape and you just get killed. But she's decent at the bottom shrine because you don't always have to go into the shrine area to actually aid your team in capturing it.
Yeah, but we have Li Ming and Dahaka bans. No Dahaka ever.
Yeah, it's a great Li Ming map. Her ability to throw her abilities through those different walls in these shrine areas. There are a lot of little pesky walls that she can hide behind to still get her abilities out, still flank from multiple directions and multiple angles, which is exactly what you want as Li Ming. So a solid ban coming out there from Brawls Deep. I do like that. And no Ragnaros priority here, which is kind of interesting. I do like the Dahaka ban, and I do think Malfurion's pretty decent on this map with his roots and his ability to help with those with that good wave clear that he can give from that level 1 talent. But I'm wondering where Rag is going to pop into this.
Yeah, if they end up picking up Rag, losing him may have been a pretty big deal, just because he can poke the shrine from his towers if he assumes the fort. And the smaller escape routes from the shrines also gives him a great place just to Sulfura smash him in the face.
Yeah, and he can also poke out that mid turn-in from the mid fort, if I'm not mistaken. So
he can as well.
You can get a lot of different little extras out of Ragnaros on this map, which is kind of his bread and butter. But nowadays, well, there he is. When you're looking into those rotations and the gank ability, particularly after level 10, people have been getting a lot of value out of Sulfura Smash lately.
And they also pick up the Artanis. This is going to be a scary combo of a swap into just Rag hitting you in the face.
Yeah, well believed to be the strongest 2 heroes in the game here are Artanis and Ragnaros. So right away, third string, trying to put together a roster of heroes that they feel like can go against the best of the best that Chair League has to offer. And who could blame them?
Absolutely. Any ideas for what Brawls Deep might pick here? It's kind of hard to say with Malfurion. Maybe a KT? Kerrigan?
No.
Yeah.
Just knowing Brawls Deep, they love to be aggressive. They love the CC lockdown comps because they're very well coordinated. So it is going to be ETC, and they will go with Falstad for that global presence. And just in general, good engagement control. Falstad has the ability to fly over and try and force engagements with Gust, but also has the ability to be able to back off with Gust and just use it as a defensive tool to disengage.
As well as just protecting someone who might be capping Shrine if he really wants to get him with the Gust and just keep him out of it while his teammate captures or something. And then ETC is amazing on choke points with his slide for the stuns into probably not Mosh this game, probably going to be stage dive, but small areas do play themselves to both.
So far, they don't have a whole lot of counters, so that's one of the nice things about having ETC on your team, is either way, the other team has to account for it. They have to make sure that they have something in their toolbox to be able to counter that mosh pit, even if you're planning on going stage dive the whole time.
That's true. The variant ban is a little interesting. It may be saying that they're probably going to be going an auto attacker like Tychus or maybe Vala.
Yeah,
Varian.
and also I do like the denial. Varian is a good solid follow up to ETC slides, Malfurion roots. They're already obviously building towards having a good rotation and CC comp. So Varian would be a good complement to that. Though also he's a good complement to Artanis. So gonna take that off the table, but that means they must just have something else on their mind here. So we are gonna see them looking to fly that support chokehold. Of course, third string does not have their support yet, so they're gonna try and limit what their options are there. They're gonna ban out Karazim, who I think is good on this map with the dashes. Has good presence on the shrines, so it is going to be a Vala pickup here.
Yeah, like I was saying, if you're going to ban Varian, you're probably going to pick up Vala or Tychus. He's a pretty good counter to them, but if you don't just have a click and point stun, it's kind of hard to take out those squishy backline here.
Yeah, it makes sense. You do have a lot of mobility on Vala compared to some of the other DPS in the game, and Tassadar to follow it up here. Probably not going to see a solo support task, but we're probably also not going to see, well, maybe. Tyrande is an option, but I don't really see Brawls Deep going the Tyrande route. It might make them a little bit short on damage, kind of depending what they decide to pair with it.
Yeah, what else would they really pick besides maybe Brightwing or maybe Morales? We've seen that a little bit in even the pro scene going Tassadar Morales.
Yeah, Noir, you got a good point there. Sulfuris and Warp Prism would both interrupt Mosh, but those are the two frontliners. They're probably the ones stuck in Mosh in the first place. Sonya and Zarya coming out here as the pickup, so they do decide to go with that kind of secondary pseudo support in Zarya. And Sonya has been coming back slowly in the meta. I haven't seen her be super successful yet, but off and on, I think she is an option to be picked up here, and the Ariel to really complete that hyper carry Vala comp for the side of third string.
Yeah, they're talking about HGC. Apparently Sonya completely out 1v1s Artanis now. I'm not quite understanding how it happens, but apparently her spinning on the wave just gives her too much health to let Artanis do anything.
Yeah, you got to utilize that wave and that extra self-sustain that she gets from that. But yeah, I mean, she's one of the strongest solo laners in the game. She doesn't really get a whole lot of push or siege potential, but she can kind of bully in lane while that wave is up, and you just kind of have to back away from it because there's really not anything you can do about it. To pressure her back after that, you just kind of have to let the wave wash into the wall, and while she can't really do anything in that scenario, she's back up to full health and ready to spear you and jump all over you. And most solo laners just are not that tanky, or not that self-sufficient.
Yeah, I usually view Artanis as one of the better ones for that, though, but I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they don't play Artanis well enough. I don't know.
It could be. We are loading in here onto Dragonshire. Game 1 of this Best of 5 Pro Division series. On the left, Brawls Deep with Crunk Juice playing that ETC Gargus. Going to be playing Sonya. Majam going to be playing the Falstad Tiger on the Malfurion. And hiding right in the middle there under those flapping Falstad wings, Santa Claus is going to be playing... Well, Santa Claus, I guess, is going to be playing the Zarya.
4.
And on the right, we have third string with Mig on Tassadar, Pichanti on Vala, Chaos Bear on Artanis, Benz Bear on Ragnaros, and Zygote on Ariel.
Right away, we do see the mid scuffle going on here. Picante is going to go ahead and throw out a couple abilities, but nothing major here. Crunk Juice maybe looking for a flank, trying to get a slide in. But both teams kind of respecting their own space here, looking to the wave clear. swap from Chaos Bear is going to miss. The root will come down to at least pressure him back a little bit. But right away, we see Picante starting to get that done with the shield and those full heals available from Ariel. We're actually just going to see something we don't often see in this league, which is Brawls Deep walking away.
And let loose the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, no one's really going anything odd in their talent choices right now. Also, it seems to be going auto attack build with Seasoned Marksman though right now, which I find somewhat interesting. I think he'd be wanting to soak a lane right now, but instead he was going to help mess around with them in the camps.
We do see the 4-man rotation coming out there. Nice cutoff by the side of Brawls Deep to at least force the side of third string to have to rotate around. It's going to slow them up a little bit, cause them to be a little bit behind in this wave clear department, and they're going to get the bottom beacon from that. Sonya already starting to dominate that top lane, will be able to go up and get that top shrine. So right now, both owned by Brawls Deep, though they don't seem too concerned about trying to get the Dragon Knight at this point. Falstead will go ahead and fly to the mid, actually. It is going to try to go for it, but the swap will come in from Chaos Bear to be able to interrupt it for now. They'll have to back off and just clear the wave.
Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult for either team to really capture the Dragon Knight, as both teams have a ton of poke. So unless there's a team fight before it, I doubt anyone's going to be able to sneak it.
Yeah, this phase in the game, you don't even get that much out of it anyway. Definitely no reason to risk getting picked over it. We do see the slide into the root there on Picante. He's going to have to vault his way on out of that situation. Nice heals coming in from Zygote, the shield coming in from Mig. So that hyper carry Vala still pretty safe in this situation with both the supports there. However, this 4-man rotate coming down is going to at least force them to lose the shrine in this moment. But they will start going back and forth at each other once again, trying to get the waves cleared, trying to force each other out of these lanes.
Yeah, in the meantime, they're just poking each other down, but they should be pretty much fine with Ariel, Vala, and Tassadar being basically one of the stronger combos. It looks like Rag's never going to get top in this game, though. He's just stuck behind his wall.
But we do see the fly out into Chaos Bear there. Dashes to try to avoid some of this. Is going to rotate away here. But you're right, that top lane, it's just a rough matchup. Sonya completely dominating here. Gragas having no problems in this top lane. Again, not really getting a whole lot of damage out on the wall. You see her spear in and spin. She can self-sustain a bit, but basically the towers just take down the minion wave before she can really get anything done. But at the same time, Ragnaros can't go anywhere near her.
Yeah, he's just got to play back and play as safe as possible, but it's not letting him get his Q stacks up for his first level talent, or he's not going to beat any globes either at this rate.
We do see the bottom beacon yet again being captured here by Brawls Deep. They are winning the rotation war, I feel, but ultimately Crunkjuice not going to be able to get this out. Zygote can poke this out for days. We'll see the rotation start to come in here. Crunkjuice just kind of keeping Zygote honest here. Hey, we're going to make sure you can't rotate anywhere, and we'll see which team rotates up first. This is going to be Brawls Deep rotating up, but Artanis will capture it in the bottom to yet again deny the Dragon Knight. And here you see it in top-level play. You just don't see an early Dragon Knight very often.
Yeah, most teams are able to poke it out pretty effectively if you have a team based around it, which on this map you definitely should be building one for it with.
You see Tiger getting caught out a little bit here. Santa Claus also way down in the bottom lane. He's going to have to try to get out. The swap will come in on him. Crunkjuice with the slide to get the peel will be good enough to get them out of this situation. And level 7s both here right around the corner, level 8. These teams are basically dead even on XP right here. It's been a very even, very careful game so far, which is not typical of like I said, of a Brawls Deep kind of comp. They usually are going a lot harder, but this time it's going to be Crunkjuice getting caught out, and he will be taken down. The slide, not quite enough to get him out in time. Picante going to throw down everything into that combo right at the last second, and that's first blood going over to third string.
Yeah, they're actually slightly starting to pull ahead there because Sonya has been out EXP farming Rag in the top lane since he's had to stay so far back. But with that kill, they're evening out again.
Oh, and we see Falstad getting caught out as well here. Nice rotation yet again by third string as they catch Falstad, maybe trying to take a look at that Dragon Knight capture, as they do have both of these beacons for now, but right now just a defensive posture here from the side of third string. They are going to go ahead and eventually rotate to the bottom to be able to pick that up. Tiger coming down to try and answer this to this though. This is going to be a 2 for 2 in the bottom lane. Crunk Juice taking a look at mid, maybe rotating down here to force the issue, but wisely third string will go ahead and back up.
One of the more interesting things right now is that Artanis actually went follow through, which is not generally what you take on that talent tier, but he's basically going a more damage-based Artanis, even though he didn't go seasoned marksman for the first level talent.
And we do see the side of Brawls Deep picking up that Dragon Knight here in the mid lane. Going to be able to push this a little bit. Vala also taken down in the bottom lane. Brawls Deep coming out and really starting to come alive here in the mid game. Almost shaking off those sleeping limbs. Ragnaros also going down in the top lane and winning on all fronts here all of a sudden. They hit level 10 and it's like Brawls Deep has just woken up.
Yep, they're just playing it safe and passive at first, and they're like, alright, we got what we need, we're going in now.
And going in, they do indeed, as they are getting damage done on every single one of these lanes. They're going to get a good portion of the bottom front wall. The Dragon Knight still in mid, gets quite a bit of work done on that mid fort. They don't get any additional kills from this, as they have evened out the scoreboard off of that, but we do see the level 10 talents coming in. The nice swap there onto Tiger. But we will see the expulsion zone being able to force Vala back into the corner. Picante getting the heals, getting the shields to try and stay alive. Can't vault away quite quick enough. Will be going down here. Crunk Juice will slide through. Get Chaos Bear a little bit isolated. The swap to try and get him out of that situation. That's not going to work. Crunk Juice will go ahead and stage dive back in. The Twilight Dream coming out is going to silence the two remaining, and they will get those pickoffs. And there it is, Brawls Deep. They know when to turn, man. They really just know exactly the right timing.
Yeah, they really work well as a team when it's time to start the team fights. They just don't give up. If they see an opening, they're going to take it, and they're just going to keep pushing until you're dead.
Well, and that's just the confidence of five guys that all know that the person they got right next to them is just gonna have their back. They know that they can just turn around and that person's gonna be doing the right thing, and that's exactly how it worked. As soon as Crunk Juice went in with that, it was full commitment from the side of Brawls Deep, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. But we do see level 13 still right around the corner, but oh, Pensbear caught way out here. The slide to deny the assumption on the fort there. The fort is going to be going down, and that is going to be yet another pick for Brawls Deep. Very nice, crisp rotation, which is kind of a hallmark of Brawls Deep. We see them being one of the best rotation teams in Chair League.
Oh yeah, they're amazing when it comes to actually getting where they're going effectively and catching someone out without them being aware of it in time.
Chaos Bear, however, very aware of the Sonya in the bushes here, not rotating subtly, but making this full ham rotation to the bot. Very almost as if trying to play the intimidation card, but staying very healthy here in the middle of this team fight. The Whirlwind comes out, but the Sulfurous Smash is going to be enough to completely blow her up. Malfurion will go down next. A nice response here from the side of third string. Those 13 talent tiers come into play, and all of a sudden they're getting work done. However, Falstad going to the mid is going to be able to cap the Dragon Knight here, but they are going to pay with Santa Claus's life. The big and So they are going to be able to at least rotate here to the mid lane and get this mid fort. They do also have a nice push in the top lane from that camp going on, but at least a 3-for-0 exchange there in the mid to make up for it a little bit.
Yeah, something I think Brawls Deep may have forgotten about during that fight is that Artanis is very easy to kill. They didn't focus him, though. They instead tried to push past him into his team. I think the better play may have been just to sit there and kill Artanis, because he was way out of position.
Yeah, it was a nice focus on Sonya. You saw the side of third string kind of going with that strategy. Meanwhile, Chaos Bear with a huge swap to get him out of that situation. Stage dive is going to come down from Crunk Juice. The fly in and gust from Falstad. The Sulfurous Smash is going to come down, but doesn't really get a whole lot of work done. And all of a sudden, the side of third string is on the run, and Brawls Deep is going in. They know they have the advantage here. The slide through, but the Aegis coming out to be able to save him for the moment. But the Twilight Dream comes out. That is going to be the end of Ragnaros, and they are all of a sudden caught in a corner here. The full-on body blocks coming in from Brawls Deep. They just don't have a retreat button, Icebox.
No, once they're in, they're committed to going in. Rag even tried to assume the fort there, and ETC was like, nah, man, I'm just going to press W, and you're going away.
Yeah, Crunk Juice really leading the charge here. The slide in, he's going in even deeper. Does not care at all about the core that is just trying to melt his face here. Level 17, Brawls Deep already going after this. Crunk Juice getting very low, but the core is already down to 60% as the spins to wins in the backside, trying to draw the ire of third string away from this core. Everything coming out here to try and take them down, but it's too much damage, too much sustain, and game one gonna go over to Brawls Deep here on Dragonshire.
Yeah, it's really hard to stop someone from taking a core when they have Falstad. They just gust you away and delay you even longer after you were just dead.
Yeah, it's like a little extra duration onto that death timer. But, solid game coming out from third string. They definitely had a few moments there where they made some really nice picks, some really nice team fights. But in the end, Brawls Deep just able to take more advantage off of the wins that they got.
Yeah, and Brawls Deep had a really sustaining comp. Like, if they weren't getting blown up, that was kind of it. They could just sit there and eat all the damage they wanted to with Malfurion and Sonya healing up, ETC healing up the whole group, Zarya putting down shields, and Falstad going the auto attack build, which his level 4 talent giving him healing on auto attacks.
All right, so we will try and get the contact out to Brawls Deep here. See what map we're going to be going to for game 2. But yeah, I mean, there were some solid wombo combo potential kind of combos coming out from both teams. Could have possibly seen some later game double swaps possibly into Reign of Vengeance with Sulfurous. Could have seen a few different options.
Yeah, there were a couple options. It was just much harder to pull off.
Yeah,
with their team comp rather than just walking in and eating all damage while healing up.
Yeah, and that's something that I didn't really consider from the draft for the side of third string, and we are going to be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen, but we didn't see any good follow-up, or I should say setup potential for Ragnaros Sulfurous. That's something that I've been a big that's something that I've been focusing on personally. When we're trying to build our comps or we're trying to look at what we're trying to do, is that when you have a Ragnaros with that Sulfurous, you got to have something to set it up. Even if it's just something as simple as an ETC slide, but it needs some kind of CC to set it up.
Yeah, I'm just not sure Ragnaros and Tassadar have that, synergy there, since Tass as a support can't really do all that much except slow with auto attacks, and then you had Ariel who doesn't really do any CC besides whipping people.
Right.
So it was basically two teammates that couldn't do anything for him on the team.
All right, so we're getting everybody into lobby here. Tomb of the Spider Queen map where it's all about the wave clear. Gonna definitely be what they are focusing on here. And I saw a few people asking about Brawls Deep's roster. They are currently they've got some substitutes in for this game. However, there's no way right now on Chair League for anybody to sign up new members for subs. So we're giving the teams a little bit of a break there. Have everybody on the right side. It looks like it.
Ben Spares is on our thing for some reason.
Huh. What are the extras in here?
Which one of these is not like the other?
Right.
Is it Quantum?
We got 2 extra in here.
I know Quantum wasn't in the last match. And
Yeah, I don't really know.
Dibs, for some reason, is actually Dibs was in the last match.
Okay. Boom.
Get out.
I guess we'll do that.
I don't know who those people were. I'm scared.
Wait, what? I guess we're both on the same side now.
Who needs to see hovers?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Big deal. Make sure both of these teams are ready to go. Make sure I've got the correct tournament draft style in here. Here we go. I'm learning, Ice Fox. I'm learning. It took me a while, but eventually started to get all this down.
One day.
So I would thank the person that just followed my channel, but those characters, I don't know what they mean. So thank you, whoever you are. All right.
And a ching chang to you too.
And yeah, something. All right.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
In we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen. First pick, first ban, going over to the side of third string this time around. I'll have to see if they want to go with Rag
New
again.
follower detected.
See, there we go. There's the follower sign. Like I said, I don't know what those symbols are for, but they look maybe of Asian style, like Chinese. I don't know. But thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
So I really hope they don't go Artanis this time. I don't think this is a very good Artanis map.
Yeah, you've told me how much you despise Artanis on this map, but
I
I
don't
will
despise
always.
him, but he doesn't have it.
Sure, but I'll always contest that I think overall, Artanis is just one of the strongest heroes in the game. That any map you can pick him, it's a completely legitimate pick.
And they decided to ban Ragnaros this time. They don't want him. They don't want him to have him.
Yeah, I don't want to see him. I don't want to have him. I don't want to just get out. Just get out.
Li Ming ban again.
Yeah, they're sticking to it, man. They do not want to play against that reset mechanic, and it is going to be an instant Malfurion pickup for the side of third string. So both teams actually making the same decision in terms of prioritizing what is arguably the strongest healer in the game, particularly on a map like this, where you can get Scouting Drone for the vision on the turn-ins, and you can get a lot of extra wave clear out of Malfurion.
Yeah, he's certainly good on this map, and also if you have a mage that's clearing the wave, you can infuse them with some mana so they don't have to go back, and then you just continue clearing it.
I'll tell you what, when Taco's playing KT, man, he loves when I'm playing Malfurion. It's a good combo. Mana,
Drop him all the mana.
mana for day. He's taking showers in those innervates, man. It's just, it's a big deal. He's like, you're getting that cooldown reduction on innervate, right? I'm like, yes. So we do see Gul'dan coming out here along with Ariel, so they get a very strong 1-2 punch there. Ariel, a very good support, wanting to get it before the ban phase here, so they don't have to worry about third string applying that healer chokehold. And they get Gul'dan, who's one of the best wave clear heroes in the game, and a really great hope feeder. But the pick from third string also to deny Vala, another good solid hope feeder that you'd like to have as your backline AA damage dealer to complement Gul'dan.
Yeah, my only worry with like Gul'dan Ariel is Gul'dan can be throwing abilities, but if he's not hitting them, he's not gonna get the health back when he taps.
Well, sure, but I mean, you're talking about Brawls Deep. He's probably gonna hit the abilities.
That's true, but he can not. He can miss an E, and then that's out for a while. But we'll see. I wonder if he's gonna go the Q build though, because that was a recent thing in HGC as well, where Gul'dan went the Q build, and he said that it was going pretty well in Asia, and he really liked it.
We'll have to see here. Yeah, Varian also picked up, of course, and quick bans coming out. Instantly going to see the pseudo supports thrown out the window. So no Tassadar, no Zarya for this next match, or for this next pick phase, I should say. And that's going to really, I think, hurt third string a little bit more than Brawls Deep at this point. Vala is somebody that's super squishy. You really want to be able to have somebody to throw those extra shields out on her. And but both of those have been eliminated here. Mouth heals alone are not great for supporting Vala. The Vala player's got to be really on point.
Yeah, I think they really wanted to pass because he's really good with Varian just to keep him alive when he's auto-attacking, and then Vala as well. But that's not going to be happening. But Brawls Deep picking up the ETC hammer.
Ooh, spicy. We're going to see a little bit of hammer play coming out here from Brawls Deep. Gonna make this an interesting game too. Not a bad map for Hammer. A lot of little crevices that she can hide into to try and get a little extra damage out. It is a smaller map, so they could also be going for more of an AA style Hammer that rotates with the team in mid and top. But we'll have to see. ETC also coming out here. A good CC combo between ETC and Ariel, but overall that's not as much CC prioritization as we normally see coming out of Brawls Deep. So see if they can make that work somehow.
I feel like they're gonna have to take Mosh to this game if they're picking Hammer. Like, I just don't see any other way of taking stage dive here.
Well, there's a lot of counters already. You know, you got you certainly got Vala, Artanis and Thrall can both easily do it. Malfurion can take Twilight Dream to counter it. So it eventually becomes an argument of which one is more valuable. And Ariel doesn't even have cleanse. I mean, there's almost nothing that they can really do in this matchup to make Mosh Pit really valuable.
Yeah, but at the same time, Hammer needs a front line. Like, I don't know what else they're gonna pick here, but if it's just gonna be Artanis walking in on Hammer, I don't know what she's gonna do.
Well, they could still go with Sonya as a possible frontliner. That's kind of what I like about her coming back into the format, is that I felt like that was really where the game was lacking a little bit. Was Thrall had dropped off some in terms of survivability. Artanis also is really good, but no longer on the table. They already stole out Varian. So Sonya is really the only one left if they want another beefy frontliner that can also contribute to the damage.
Or Dahaka.
You're right. Dahaka is still on the board, but it looks like they're going to go more backline instead with the Kharazim. Could be still damage Kharazim, which kind of makes him a pseudo frontliner. But interesting.
He's
pickup.
the true hope feeder. He's the real hope
Yeah,
feeder.
he's the one you put the crown on. All of our hopes are going into Kharazim. But we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting. We don't see a whole lot of Hammer, so that's going to be pretty interesting for this map. Overall, though, I really like the draft.
Yeah, I don't
coming out
particularly
from
like
third
Kharazim to Varian. Sorry, your mic cut out, so I didn't actually hear it. I didn't want to talk over you. But I don't like Karazim into Varian too much, just because he can just press W and you'll start missing, not dealing damage, not healing if you're going healing Karazim.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, we see a non-last pick hammer coming out, and not any kind of attempt at getting Chromie for the counter pick, which is interesting. They kind of already had. They didn't even have a mage, so they decided to go double frontline against hammer. So their goal here seems to be jumping on the hammer rather than trying to poke it out or do anything to initiate on it before you're right up in hammer's face.
Yeah, probably the most ideal initiation is Artanis swapping hammer back, then Varian just getting the stun with a Warbringer, and then her just hopefully dying to Thrall and Varian and Vala's damage.
Right. You do have that good follow-up to Artanis' swap in the Varian. I think that's a really strong combo. Like I said, I really like the draft that's coming out from them, but we'll have to see how it works out here as we are loading in to Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the left, you got Brawls Deep up 1-0 in the series. Crunk Juice going to be playing ETC yet again this game. Grogus is going to be playing the Gul'dan Tiger on Ariel. Majam going to be playing the Sergeant Hammer, and Santa Claus is going to be playing Karazim.
And on the right, on the red team, we have third string with Mig on Varian, Zygote on Malfurion, Chaos Bear on Artanis, Pichante and Vala, and Thrall with Binsbear.
And right away, we're going to see the side of third string not being willing to come to the mid and have the little mid lane shuffle. Instead, just going to go ahead and spread out to the lanes to get started on the soak as early as possible. But Majam's going to actually siege up here, get a little bit of cheeky damage, but not unprotected. But the swap comes in with the follow-up root from the Wolves there, from Binsbear. A lot of damage, but we'll be able to get on out of that situation. But sieging up in the mid, no fear coming out, but will go down. That was ballsy.
Moral of the story, fear is actually a reaction to try and keep you alive.
Right. But I don't know if Brawls Deep knows the meaning of them words, Icefox. Yeah. The mid lane, 30 HP or so. Oh man, and Thrall is gonna go down in the bottom lane, but Ariel in the mid lane as well. So
the swap!
Oh, the huge swap. We do see the knockback there. Gonna be able to zone them away, and a nice rotation away here. As Zygote actually gets CC'd, is stuck in a little bit far there. And Ming also getting a bit low. So both teams scuffling a little bit in the mid. Maybe not the level 1 scuffle that we were all hoping for, but eventually we see these teams going back and forth at each other. Certainly not going to be the gentleman's agreement on a small map like this for too long.
I'd like to speak about something interesting real quick. Gul'dan went Glyph of Drain Life level 1. None of the questing talents. He wants, like, if he gets swapped, he just wants to drain life and hope to survive.
Interesting.
That is not something you normally see.
Gotta love those out of place, out of nowhere talents. Santa Claus is gonna go ahead and dash his way on out of there. The 4-man rotation down from third string. Doing a nice job of pushing them out of that lane, but not going to accomplish the gank that I'm sure they were hoping for. And the swap out onto Tiger, but the interesting knockback right amidst that. But Tiger's still going to get very, very low here, is going to be able to escape back to the safety of the fort. Is going to start building that energy up already, but the miss! Ooh, that was a whiff on that heal there.
Yeah, unfortunately for third string there, they didn't have level 4. So there was no Warbringer stun to follow up. But ETC going down with the swap.
The swap onto Crunk Juice, the root to prevent him from being able to slide out of that situation. Nice work by Zygote there with the follow-up from Chaos Bear's monster of a swap there. However, we do see Thrall going down as well. So pretty even exchanges so far from these two teams. Very evenly matched here. Yet again, pre-10. We'll have to see if Third String can keep themselves in this game as their backs are up against the wall in this series.
Yeah, and just going off what I was talking about Gul'dan earlier, he went and improved life tap to get mana back when he's life tapping. So he really wants that sustain.
Yeah, he wants to be able to stay out in lane all day, building with the idea, I think, of being able to get a lot of support from Ariel in this situation. So you're right, interesting talent builds we don't see every day.
Yeah, he's running with double support basically already. I didn't think you'd really think you'd need the healing all that much, but
Well,
I
I
guess
don't know.
he
When you're
does.
going as deep as Brawls Deep goes, you kind of need a lot of heals.
That's true.
So we do see a collapse into the top turn-in location here. Third String going to be able to push them off this situation, and the swap is good. Chaos Bear going to secure yet another kill, this time onto Gul'dan. Not enough sustain in the world to keep him up in that situation, but the turn coming in from Brawls Deep to also get the pick out on Artanis to make it an even 1-for-1. And both teams level 7, both teams 3 to 4 on the scoreboard. A slight XP lead for Brawls Deep, but nothing that can't be recovered at this point.
Yeah, the XP is pretty even. There's a huge wave in the top lane for Brawls Deep as well, so they're going to be getting a little bit more XP lead. Artanis going with follow through again on level 7. Not sure how I feel about that.
And the turn-in attempt here in the bottom lane, they are going to actually get it here. Is Third String. Crunk Juice getting very low. We'll be able to slide through the wall, and the swap just barely missing on him. Vicante going to have to back out of this situation. Yet again, that solo support for Vala, not going to be able to enable her to stay in very long. So it's going to be kind of a rough go throughout this match. But the swap coming in on Tiger, the follow-up from Mig, going to be able to keep him out there for a moment, but we'll be able to rotate away. That double support able to keep them alive, but here come the Web Weavers for the side of Third String.
And those Web Weavers just slightly pushing in, gonna help him get down some of the defenses.
And Gul'dan gets completely eliminated in the mid. Another great swap, and the Artanis swaps not being respected here from the side of Brawls Deep. They are getting the picks off of those. The mid Web Weaver goes down very, very quickly, though, as does the bottom Web Weaver from that hammer in the bottom lane. So now it's just the top one. Going to get a little bit of work done on this top front wall. That's about all they're going to get out of this. The slide through, ton of damage coming out onto Picante. Santa Claus going really, really deep. Will dash out just in time to be able to get the Ariel heal and keep him alive. Oh, but the hammer with completely out of position on that rotation. And Third String will eat that up every day of the week.
Yeah, Brawls Deep really has to be careful of their positioning here. They might like go deep, but this team comp that they've chosen, I don't know if it can go deep.
Yeah, this is more of a poke you out comp than, go up into your face and dominate you kind of comp. Like I said, like they normally go with. I'm looking at this thinking, okay, where's the Kerrigan pickup? Because this is what they normally do on this map. Gragas getting very low, is going to be taken down here. Yet again, a good focus from the side of Third String. It's basically whoever gets swapped, they just focus on. But level 10s are here for both of these teams.
ETC did happen to go stage dive. Interestingly enough, Karazim went Divine Palm.
Wow, yeah, we don't see a whole lot of Palm these days, but it's going to be a little bit too late to save either of them, as all of the CC combos coming out from the side of Third String. They're almost looking Brawls Deep-like in this game, the way they're playing. The swap is going to come out, is going to hit Hammer. The follow-up charge from Mig, and that's yet another pick. 3-for-0 in the bottom part of this. The blue Web Weavers will be spawning, though, for the side of Brawls Deep as they get the turn-in up in the top part of the map. Oh, jukes the swap.
Oh, the stun.
But the stun comes out. Mig was ready to follow that up with or without the swap, Icebox.
Oh yeah, that's the power of variant. It doesn't matter where they're at, you're just going to.
So we do see a bit of a level advantage now And the rotation up to the top fort, the one that is most under assault here for the side of third string, they will instantly collapse on that as a 5-man squadron. They're gonna completely clear that up before they really scratch the front wall. But they will rotate down here to mid. Very aggressive rotation here from Vala, getting right up in there. But they're gonna eventually wait for the frontliners to come down. The taunt comes out onto Tiger, but the Crystal Aegis is good. But the root, along with the suppression pulse, or I should say the Purifier beam, gonna be enough to knock him down. Or no, not gonna be enough to knock him down. Good sustain there from the side of Brawls Deep. My mistake. Those were other heroes exploding in there, Icebox. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, he actually got Divine Palmed as he was dying. So Tiger just came back and was like, "Hey man, I Aegis, now I'm palmed. What you gonna do about it?"
Yeah, so you see good focus from third string, but yeah, that might be what Brawls Deep is going for here. They have 2 different ultimates that are good at being able to defend somebody that's being focused. You saw in that first team fight in the bottom where there was good CC onto both Karazim and Ariel. They weren't able to pop those fast enough to be able to save themselves. But unlike Rhaegar, you got 2 supports here that can actually use their ultimates to save themselves. We just see Tiger getting focused, but the Horrify comes out just long enough to get the Aegis out, but the Sunder will be enough to blow him up. ETC going down as well, and all of a sudden third string with the answers, and a hammer goes down as well. The swap out onto Gul'dan, he's going to fall. That's going to be a 4-for-0 exchange, and a free boss going over here to third string.
Yeah, that was just lack of communication on Brawls Deep part there. They decided to palm right when they Aegis.
Yep.
So just did nothing.
That's a bummer. That is yeah, and that's gonna be kind of the difficult part about this comp is who saves who when, and in that situation where the taunt was out on Ariel, I can see where Karazim would be like, okay, I need to palm because we're about to die. But comes out just in time with the Horrify to be able to get the Aegis off as well. Tiger gonna get swapped out here. The charge to follow up, the taunt and the rain, but the Aegis will come out just in time to get the save. The palm comes out a little bit early, but gonna be able to back out of there anyway. The Purifier beam gonna come down, and they are charging through the top here. ETC is gonna get blown off of that swap from Chaos Bear. They're going to have to back out of the situation, though. They are starting to get low, but don't tell that to Mig as he comes in deep to try and get some value. But another swap out onto Gul'dan. 17-5 here for the side of third string. They just keep going here.
Yeah, as long as third string isn't actually pushing into a hammer, they actually have no damage to worry about. And no matter how low they are, they can pretty much just keep pushing with Gul'dan's current build.
So they are going to get the mid fort from this Web Weaver phase. They will get the front wall of this top keep as well. Level 16 here for third string with all these kills and all the additional soak that they're getting from with Brawls Deep not actually being alive. But we will see the palm coming out after the CC combo onto Crunk Juice to be able to bring him back up. Nice palm there from Santa Claus. That's a gift he really needed.
Yeah, it's very well timed. As long as Karazim and Ariel aren't in the same CC, they're probably going to get off the saving graces, but it'll just depend if it's enough. But interesting build continuing from Gul'dan. Going dark so he has a 4th as much more HP, but a longer death timer. He just wants to live. That's all he wants with his life.
He's just like, I want to live.
Really, he's just going all survivability talents. It's quite odd.
Yeah, against this comp, I can see why. They've got a lot of focus fire over on the side of third string, but Brawls Deep with a very, very crisp rotation. Tiger just a little bit out in lane here. The root's going to come down. The Aegis is enough to stall, but not save his own life there. And that's going to be another pick for the side of third string. I should say third string with a crisp rotation. I'm telling you, they look so much like Brawls Deep right now. I'm having a hard time telling which is which.
That's where we actually learned they switched computers.
Aha, and accounts and everything.
Yeah, just literally everything.
Trolled. Mega trolled. And we
and
are
the
going to see the swap on Hammer. The Horrify, to be able to actually zone them away from the Hammer. And going to be coming back in, but Picante is going to be all over that, vaulting right into it. Hammer playing with fire in the back of that team fight. Had the out, but did not take it. And the stun going down on Gul'dan, and that is going to be a devastating loss, as he's going to be out for a total of 57 seconds coming off of that death timer. And the bottom keep definitely going to be going down.
Hammer. With both of them dead, I'm surprised they don't just push into this core and try and take it with just only 2 supports. But.
Yeah, they're still contemplating it. They haven't left yet. But you're right. I mean, they are not sure that they want to do it. They're definitely going to wait for the minion wave at the very least. But they also have these other lanes to think about. I mean, they really need to go or go home at this point. Mid keep is being challenged here. Chaos Bear gonna get the swap out onto both of the supports as they get taunted. They do get the palm. The Aegis comes out to save them. They are able to keep themselves alive here and turn on this, as Varian will actually be the first to fall in this exchange. Gul'dan finally about to come back to life. Crunk Juice looking for the flank, coming in hard after these guys. This fight is not over yet. They're going to recollapse and engage this as a 4v4. The Sunder comes out with the turn. The cleanse coming out onto Hammer, but is going to stay sieged up and will go down for it. Gul'dan is finally back. The 3-man Horrify going to be able to take them down, and Zygote's going to end up going down after this ice block. Chaos Bear also going to get very low, is still being chased by Crunk Juice. Chaos Bear is going to try and get out of here. Little to no health, and wow, they actually are going to let him go as they go into the mid keep. They're looking game here.
Yeah, they're looking to end it with those kills. I'm not sure if they will with the death timers, but there's a possibility. They just don't have a huge amount of damage besides Hammer, but she's dead right now.
Yeah, Malf solo support not going to be back for 35 seconds. So plenty of time for them to be able to work on this. The taunt and the charge coming out onto Gul'dan will receive the Aegis to be able to defend. Chaos Bear going in deep, and they're just going on Gul'dan and only Gul'dan. Full focus onto him. They will be able to take him down here. No palm available, the palm actually just used onto Santa Claus, but we'll miss. And the greed in return here. You see greed from third string in the bottom lane, maybe a little bit of greed there from Brawls Deep in the mid lane, as they do get some work done on the keep. But now it looks like we're going to have yet another core attempt as they start to rotate through the bottom part of this map towards the core themselves.
So this is just core throw of the game, eh?
Yeah. Core throw after core throw after core throw. Are we destined to be trapped in this game forever, Icefox? I do not know.
I would find it pretty funny, so I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it's one hilarious core throw after another, perhaps. But they're going to go in right past this Web Weaver. Maybe. Maybe not even look at it. Yep, they're going to go right past it.
I don't know if they're going to... When they res...
Yeah, Malfurion is back here, but the core is being completely shredded here. Chaos Bear also being shredded, but the Sunder to stall. That is going to be enough. Third string is going to take game 2 here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, forcing a game 3 in this best of 3 series.
And they basically proved why you don't usually pick Hammer when there's Artanis on the table.
Right. Yeah, that was a rough go, but nice crisp rotations that game from third string. Good focus fire, and even though Gul'dan was going like you said, full survivability mode, still 8 deaths. They still focused him down and killed him the most.
Even when he was dead, 15 seconds longer.
Yeah. I need to know how many deaths that was after level 13, but the math is real on that one.
Never do math on stream.
Yeah,
Never.
no, there's a reason they call it caster math. It's just a terrible thing to have to behold.
Yeah, I don't know how Brawls Deep actually would win that match, though. Like I said, Hammer was dead when I went to the core. I didn't think they could take it. They got a lot closer than I thought they would, but I think they just had to get the value and let the catapults push and try and move with a minion wave to take the core.
Yeah, it's almost like both teams had dinner reservations there. I mean, they just couldn't wait to end these matches. And so they both went in for the kill as soon as they saw an opening. And third time's a charm there for third string, as they're able to get in there and get that down. They will have the map pick here for game number 3. So let's see if we can't get contact with Team Captain Mig here.
You think that's maybe why Gul'dan went the increased death timer was because he was sitting there trying to eat dinner? He was like, man, I just need that extra 15 seconds.
That could be it. That could be it. Or I need to be able to take one hand off the keyboard here to be able to spoon something in, so I need to make sure I'm not going to die while I'm doing that.
Just press life tap and drain.
And drain and then just take a bite. I like it. Alright, so let's get our teams in here for this game 3. We're going to be playing this one out on Battlefield of Eternity. First pick, first ban going over to Brawls Deep. And be an interesting one here.
Yeah. I wonder what teams they're going to decide to pick here. After that last match, I'm not sure what teams are anymore.
Yeah. What meta are we in? I'm confused. I think a lot of this has to do though with Brawls Deep being up 1-0. You know, again, that's not a comp that we normally see them break out. That's not the kind of strategy that we normally see out of Brawls Deep. Very uncharacteristic, and so they still played like that a little bit. You know, I think that they have one mode and it's go deep, and so if they're not building a comp that can really do that, they're just kind of putting themselves at a disadvantage. And I wonder if that's, you know, on purpose. I don't know if maybe they wanted to try something out a little bit different. I don't know if they maybe just wanted to, work on seeing how a different comp would do. But I don't know. We'll see if maybe they bring something a little bit more Brawls Deep-esque to this next game.
Yeah, hopefully not the full heal Gul'dan. That would probably be for the best.
That was an interesting build for sure. No doubt about it. I wouldn't exactly call myself a Gul'dan expert, but that's not normally the talents that I see Taco going. And he's not very standard anyway, but
Reign of Destruction.
Yeah, that made it into the highlights this week for Chair League. That was pretty funny. But the best part is it completely fooled the caster. He was like, Tassadar just blew up to something. I don't even know what it was, but...
Also, they're trying to get a hold of you in the lobby chat if you haven't seen.
Which one? Do they want it played on Central or East? Okay. All right, so let's get this moved on over to Central. Everybody back in here.
Everyone!
Pretty much, right?
Grim Patrons, let's go. When's Grim Patron going to be a character in this game? Whenever he gets hit and survives, he just spawns another one of them.
I think my answer to that is simply going to be no.
You wouldn't want that? It'd be like Unlimited Vikings. Unless he gets pyro-blasted, he never dies. Oh, apparently I'm joining Brawls Deep. I'm over here now.
I always knew you were good enough.
I didn't.
Okay, Zygote definitely goes on the other side. One more. I think I got that correct.
You have to figure out all these people and where they go.
I know, it's like a big puzzle. It's all in my hands.
Especially when there's no portrait synergy.
I know, there's none!
Man, we make it horrible for other casters.
Yeah, we do. We need to figure out something. All Novas. All basic Novas.
All taco.
Yeah, all of us.
Time.
We are Taco. Everybody's Taco.
So you think they're gonna ban Li Ming? They are.
You know, I think maybe it could be a possibility.
They just don't want it, man. They're like, no, thank you.
Apparently, Li Ming is the strongest hero in the meta. I was not aware of this before today, but if Brawls Deep says it, it must be true.
It's Brawls Deep approved, man.
I mean, it is what it is. The Morales ban. When was the last time you saw first ban Morales?
Hero League.
Hero League, exactly. Gold Hero League. Especially on Battlefield of Eternity, does she even get that much value here? I've thrown out everything I knew about Haas just from those first two bans because I don't know. I don't know anymore. What is this?
Right, though.
Okay, now my faith in humanity has been restored.
Are we sure it's not Hero League though? We got a Li Ming ban and a Morales ban.
It could be. It's possible.
Sticking with the Valar tenants. Wanting the Wombo pull in into the stun.
Yep. And, you know, why wouldn't you? Especially on this map. I mean, talk about two heroes that get good, solid value on Battlefield of Eternity. The first two that come to mind for me are Artanis and Vala.
Very true. Amateur opponent plus Vala's Q build. Shreds pretty much any immortal.
Yep. So they're already 2v3 here, winning the immortal damage. So we'll see what else Third String wants to build. But yet again, going back to the well here is Brawls Deep. Going back to their roots, if you will. No pun intended there for Malfurion. Fine pun intended. But CC. So we've already got Slide, Roots, and Sulfuras. So we'll see if they decide to go with even more CC in their future draft picks. Zarya and Varian getting the banouts here.
Yeah, they're respecting Varian this time. Going, we don't want to swap into the easy stun with Warbringer.
Yeah, it's a good easy follow-up, and we saw it on full display there from Third String in Game 2, so I think that's a solid ban out. We'll have to see what they go with for follow-up here now. They do also want to figure out what they can do to empower Vala, so I think a Tassadar pick here would be pretty decent. Kind of set them up for a double support kind of comp and setup, but what support would they want with that is the real question. Tyrande could actually be an interesting pickup as a possible follow-up to Artanis. And Sonya could be a great secondary frontliner, but it is going to be Ariel that they're going to go with for their main healer, which makes a lot of sense. I guess if you can't have Morales to try and make that super Vala comp work, Ariel is as good, if not a better pick.
Yeah, I still would like to see Tyrande, though, just for hitting the Immortal with the bird, so it takes more damage, but,
what?
I don't really understand the Sonya either. They don't really have a hard front line against this ETC rag.
Wait, what, the bird? No, it's not the bird. Silly Ice Fox, do you even Tyrande?
Nope, but it's a bird.
The bird has nothing to do with it. It's a trait that makes it more... Are you trying to tilt me? Are you trying to tilt me because you know I'm a level 17 Tyrande? That's okay. Speaking of bird, here comes Falstad. Tychus also picked up here for the side of Brawls Deep. So they've got good CC potential and solid follow-up. But here comes your favorite hero, Sylvanas.
Man, she makes this game so much more fun. Wait, the other one.
Yeah. Also, decent immortal damage, especially after level 7. Picks up that increased damage from the Q to the immortal. So, yeah, definitely we're going to see Brawls Deep having to defend here if they want to have any hope of having any immortal, because they are getting absolutely shredded from level 1 to level 20, no matter what talents they pick in terms of immortal damage.
Yeah, but they have a really scary team fight due to the fact they have so many high damage dealers with Ragnaros, Tygus, and Falstead that it's going to be hard to protect Vala from just getting killed.
Well, and yeah, that totally makes a lot of sense. They've got a couple of strong frontliners do the side of third string, so I think that they might have a chance to be able to compete in those team fights. But yeah, if Artanis and Sonya are just CC'd for days from Slide, Sulfuris, and Root, they're just going to get blown up. Tychus and Falstad. Falstad doesn't have as much damage as he used to have, but he still has enough damage to be able to contribute a follow-up burst amount of damage if he decides to go hammer build. And Tychus has good solid follow-up damage.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Alright, so we are loading in here for Game 3 of this Pro Division match. On the left, Brawls Deep. Trunk Juice, for the third and final time in this series, going to be playing ETC. Gragas is going to be on the Tychus. Majam is going to be playing Falstad. Santa Claus is going to be bringing everybody these lovely little living bomb treats here, from Santa Claus here on the Ragnaros, and Tiger is going to be playing Malfurion.
And on the right, we have third string with Mig on Sonya, Chaos Bear on Artanis for the third time, I believe. Shante on Vala, Zygote on Ariel, and Binsmare on Sylvanas.
Right away, Picante gets locked up, and you find out real quick what happens when you go up against a Brawls Deep that actually has the comp that they normally run here. Instantly rotating in, no fear over on the side of Brawls Deep, and that's instantly a 2-for-0 exchange going their way.
And like I said, without anyone to shield or protect Vala, she can just get destroyed.
Yeah, only the Ariel to support her, and while she's CC'd, Ariel doesn't have anybody that's really very legitimate at getting her hope to be able to get those heals out. So we're going to see a game full of Brawls Deep doing nothing but focusing on Picante here. Speaking of which, the slide in and the root onto Picante will turn around to try and get some damage out, but Falstad is able to get the finishing blow there, and that's going to be 3-0 for Brawls Deep.
This Tygus is being a monster. He's already at 5,000 hero damage almost. He's just chewing people alive.
Sylvanas also getting out a decent amount of hero damage, but not getting the finishing blows. And we do have a pause coming out from the side of third string. So,
leg.
It's probably because I changed it to central server. Thing.
Everyone complains about changing server.
Lagfa. No way it's Lagfa. That's impossible.
Yeah, I still never really noticed latency too bad on this game, so I'm surprised that people care about the server so much. I'm assuming we're generally on the West Coast server since, you know, most of our team is West Coast.
All right, looks like we're going to be back in action here. And, you know, the Sylph pickup can be very strong on this map, but that's assuming that you can get yourself an Immortal to help aid its push. And right now, this comp with Brawls Deep. Oh, but the swap out onto Tychus, he gets completely blown up. And that's not the moment that you want to have one of your main damage dealers getting out there.
Oh no, now when the Immortal comes up, especially Tychus.
Yeah, Tychus would be able to give some good, solid damage onto it, but we do see the slide in from Trunk Juice to at least try and stall this out. Tiger also very low on mana, doing what he can to try and support the team to stay in here. But the 50% mark will be reached by the side of third string and the swap. But Chaos Bear is going to be blown up for his trouble as those AoE heals, the slow sure ticks from Malfurion doing work here. Tiger still able to sustain the team even if he doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Doesn't take a whole lot of mana to get those Qs out with Malfurion.
And yeah, they're just kind of showing there with where Artanis basically his weakness is. If you CC him and he can't auto, he can't get his shield back and he's dead.
Yeah, so they just turn around and focus on him, and yet again we see some good focus coming out on Mig. As soon as they see somebody step out, you see Crunk Juice immediately slide, and you see the members of Brawls Deep trying to follow out, but this time they have to back out, and it's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange as third string starts to strike back. They are instantly going to turn onto this Immortal, and you will be able to see the racing potential and how much extra damage they have from the from just everybody. There's just a ton of damage from the side of third string for these Immortals. Oh, and Crunk Juice gets caught trying to be. Falstad's not going to be able to get out of this situation. The Q coming in from Picante, and that's going to be another pick going over to third string as they start to strike back in this match.
Yeah, they're definitely making some good plays whenever they see an opportunity. They're taking it.
And so now, what I was saying before was Sylve's value only comes out if they get the Immortal. Well, first Immortal down here, Icefox. They've got it. Over 50% shields. We will see the main counter in the game, really the only counter to Sylvanas, as the Ragnaros comes out to assume this fort, eat up some of the damage, and you can turn off a fort, but you can't turn off Ragnaros.
Oh no, he is always on.
He's always in the on position. But well, unless you kill him, but not in the fort mode. So we will see them focusing here on Ben's Bear, and Sylvanas not going to be able to poison and shut down the tower when she's dead.
The demon has
Oh yeah, that magical meatball rolled her right over and killed her.
The living meatball. That was one spicy meatball coming out there from Santa Claus. Not exactly what they wanted for Christmas, but they got it anyway. Crunk Juice getting very low, taking a lot of heat from the towers. This is actually going to go down.
Tower MVP.
The tower damage. Yeah, give this tower right here an award as takes down Crunk Juice. But we will see the side of third string pushing them out a little bit here, but ultimately not having the minion wave to really get any huge advantage out of it. But Sylvanas is back. They may attempt. Swap. I can feel the swap coming in any time now. I'm always thinking, okay, well they're posturing for it. Are we gonna see it?
Yeah, with how Chaos Bear has been playing, I feel like he just goes for swap whenever it's up. It's like, hey man, it's ready. I'm gonna throw it, but it's 4v3. I'm gonna go in.
I'm going in. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out after the swap happens. Okay, just calm down.
It'll be a 3v3 when you kill him.
Yeah. So we do see the top camp grabbed there by third string. They're going to go ahead and rotate and pick up this their back camp here. Shaman camp also picked up for Brawls Deep, but maybe a little bit early here, as the side of third string is going to have the opportunity to clear this out. They do cap their top one. That's going to start meandering its way towards the top lane. 5-man collapse here. Ragnaros is not here. This is a 4v5 engagement. Brawls Deep going to lose the first member as Tychus goes down. The swap goes out onto Falstad. He's going to fall. And all of a sudden, that is a 2-for-0 exchange yet again, right before the Immortal phase here. Brawls Deep falling apart here in Game 3.
Oh yeah, third string just playing really well though. Whenever they see even the slightest opening, they're on it.
Let's not forget, Icefox, what's on the line here. Brawls Deep has never lost a match in Chair League history. Think about that for a second. So here we are, Game 3 of this best-of-3 series. Third string looking to be the first to end this just complete losing winning streak here for the side of Brawls Deep. But a nice pick coming out onto Artanis, getting a little bit aggressive there, especially with level 10 right around the corner. I feel like third string could have had the opportunity here to back up, soak 10, and get a lot done. Again, Gorgas going in pretty deep there, taking a lot of damage, but the turn comes in as Mig comes down, and they turn around, try to get him down, but Sonya and those spin for wins, just a little bit too sustainy. But here's level 10 for third string. They're going to come in, and they're going to have to instantly back off of this, and the shredding continues of this Immortal. Third string going to get the second Immortal going to the bottom lane.
Yep, even then, the race is just so strong, it doesn't matter if Artanis dies randomly.
Oh, and the exchange going in, as yet again, they're going to get Tychus caught out here in the mid, as a little bit of a sloppy rotation coming in here from Brawls Deep. Very uncharacteristic of this team.
They might be cracking under the pressure. They thought it was all fun and games.
And they thought they could get away with choosing Hammer. But then, all of a sudden... But we do see the side of third string trying to get a little more pressure here, as level 10s are picked up for the side of Brawls Deep. They do have Tychus back. Odin going to be popped preemptively to start this team fight. The poke pressure already coming out from Gragas. But overall, they're trying to push in here, but we'll have to see. They do have Sylvanas to be able to shut down the towers. The stage dive coming in from Crunk Juice. Full aggro mode coming in here, as Sulfuris going to come in to follow up that route, but it's not quite enough to take down Mig, but will be finished off from the Ragnaros in the back there, and we're going to see full retreat mode coming out from third string, but not soon enough to get Artanis out. 2-for-0 exchange going over to Brawls Deep.
Yeah, Molten Core plus Odin is a pretty scary combo when you can't run away from Odin. You're getting slowed.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming right at you from a very long range, and yeah, you can't really outrange it unless you're on the other side of the map, it seems like. So we do see the rotation in from Ariel to that top lane, trying to soak that big wave, and Brawls Deep apparently sees that too, because they're going to go full 5-man onto this bottom lane.
But they forgot that Sylvanas can wave.
Yeah, so we will see them being pushed off here of this bottom lane. Falstad instead will go ahead and fly to the top and start putting pressure up there. Gotta love the global presence.
Absolutely, that's exactly why you picked Falstad.
Oh, but the engage, the invade coming in here. Again, good map awareness from third string. They see Falstad fly up there. He's not going to be back anytime soon. The Sulfuris comes in to get a little bit of work done, but it is Tychus yet again, the focus target that goes down first. A nice Twilight Dream to be able to at least zone off third string for the moment, but they are coming in deep here towards this bottom lane. Focus goes down to Falstad. The stage dive coming in from Crunk Juice to try and zone. It will be a good zoning stage dive, but they are going to lose the camp. And again, Tychus dead right as these Immortals start to spawn, but this one he should at least be back in time for.
Yeah, well, Tychus is really strong. If he does not have his team able to back him up and protect him, he gets shredded pretty hard.
It's like,
especially till 13.
It's like third string has this clock to say, okay, well, the Immortals are up, time to kill Tychus. But, oh, Chaos Bear getting completely isolated here, stepping out a little bit too far. Nice capitalization there by Crunk Juice on just that little bit of out of position. And the fly-in, and the barrel roll to get that gust out onto 3 members there. That's going to be 2 of them going down. Zygo will be able to get out. But overall, a 3-for-0 exchange there. Yet again, you see Brawls Deep getting the advantage and taking full advantage once they start that. They just don't stop pushing.
Absolutely. And they have no fear once they know they're in a good position. But Artanis has to be more careful when these Immortals are coming up. He keeps getting picked right at the start. He needs to be vastly more careful when the entire enemy team is up.
Right, you know, it's one thing to swap out a member that's a little bit on the fringe of the team fight that doesn't put you right in the middle of the team, but that time, just a little bit too far out. I don't think even that he was even because of a swap either. I think he was just out of position there.
Yeah, I believe it was just a root that caught him, and then he couldn't get his shield back.
We will see them collapsing here, though. Huge Twilight Dream coming in from Tiger to be able to get many members low here. Chaos Bear getting shredded by the Tychus yet again, but is able to stay at pretty much no health. The shields keep coming back. They are going to be able to take down 3 here, and all of a sudden, Brawls Deep on the run. 2 low members left. Crunk Juice will be hit by the spear, is able to slide out of that situation for the moment. The swap a little bit too far, but Mig does not care. Is able to get that collapse down, and we are going to see third string taking advantage here. They'll send Vala back to be able to shred that Immortal, but they've got 4 members with Sylvanas. No reason not to push here, Icebox.
Yeah, this is actually going really well for him with the fact that Ariel got the 13 with an even fight. She just blinded Tychus, and there wasn't much he could do in the sweep.
Oh, they got to be really careful, though. They are getting collapsed on the Gust onto 3. And nice job by Crunk Juice there, being ready for that Haunting Wave as Sylvanas tries to get out. And we are seeing the chase here in the top lane, as the top part of this lane as well. Chaos Bear just stuck in abject horror here. Sonya's going to go down, and Brawls Deep is on the case here, as they just are going to take down everybody. This is going to be a full team wipe for the side of Brawls Deep. Nice response. A little bit too greedy for the side of third string. I don't think they were paying quite enough attention to those low death timers, and we see the sidewall coming out. That's what you like to see out of a professional team. They're not, well, they're okay, they're going to take down the whole wall. You know, they're just going to prove me completely wrong and make me a total liar. But they will get the front wall here, and this is the sign of a very smart, very experienced team. They know what they can get. They see the death timers. They realize that stealing this camp is probably going to be a better advantage than putting a tiny bit of damage on that keep and really risking a whole lot. So they get the front wall to open it up for later, and then they back off.
Yep, definitely need what they can take, and they did not want to throw like their opponents just did right there.
Well, level 16 right around the corner for both of these teams. They are looking for where Crunk Juice is here. They are going to find him in the top, but he's still going to be able to make it out of this situation. Bottom camp will be picked up with very nice timing here by the side of Brawls Deep, and the Immortals will spawn. A little bit of a quicker rotation here from the side of third string, but the defensive squad is coming in, and Mig is going to be completely isolated back here. The Aegis comes down just in time to be able to keep her alive for the moment, but the blow-up is still good to be able to take her out, but they'll exchange for Malfurion, a 1-for-1 thus far, but the full charge in is going to be able to take out Vala. Zygote is going to go down, and side of Brawls Deep is ultimately going to end up winning this team fight. A good solid effort coming out from third string there to be able to try and recover from their Sonya being caught out so far. But ultimately, regardless of how long Ben's Bear is able to stall this out, Crunk Juice is going to be able to finally head her off. And that is going to end up being a 4-for-0 exchange. But the swap coming in from Chaos Bear trying to take out Crunk Juice. Not this time, my friend, but I respect the effort big time.
Yep. They really got to be more careful with their frontliners, though. That time it wasn't Artanis, but instead Sonya getting a little caught up and obliterated. It's really hard with the Ariel, though, because they just don't have the healing they need without their team dealing damage, and the problem is that Brawls Deep has a team that kills someone first and doesn't let them act.
Yeah, they're just so close. I feel like it's almost there for the side of third string. It's just the little adjustments that still need to be made, but we will see them collapsing in on this. They're gonna try and race it. They do have the superior damage, but the rotation might just come in a little bit too late. It's gonna ultimately be fairly close, but one out for the side of Brawls Deep. This is going to be their first Punisher, but Santa Claus is going to get caught out here. The Sulfuris coming in to try and zone, but Rag is ultimately going to go down here. Artanis very low. Chaos Bear got to be careful in this situation. Still caught out pretty far. Going to actually try and shift his way out of that situation for the moment. Ming going in deep there to try and get the false stab, but ultimately they're going to have to go answer to this Immortal. But it's good engagement there from third string. It's going to prevent Brawls Deep from really being able to push with this.
And the best part is I'm team for clearing it, so it shouldn't get all that much value at all.
Right, yeah, they have tremendous Immortal damage, and that will go. That's good for either clearing it after you've lost it or trying to acquire it in the first place. So they're not going to be picky about that. Mig's got to be careful up here, though. Was trying to solo soak. And, you know, Brawls Deep will answer to that 100% of the time. Try and catch somebody out. Nice play, though, by Mig, being able to get out of that situation. The swap comes in onto Tychus. The focus coming down is good. It's going to get stunned, but is slowly walking away from this situation. Chaos Bear getting very low. Going to have to be careful here. But is going to be able to finally get the Odin popped. But ultimately, both teams are going to walk away from this situation. No more deaths just yet.
Yep, that Artanis had to be very careful there. He wasted Q swap into a root and then almost got re-collapsed on, but luckily for him, they were just far enough away to keep him safe.
Both teams very even here. A little bit of an XP advantage for Brawls Deep, but both have both keeps up. Both of them have taken a little bit of damage onto those keeps. Both going to go ahead and back up and get their respective camps. Probably going to see the side of third string rotating up and clearing this top camp. They got to be careful, though. Brawls Deep looking for 20 here. If they're able to get 20 before this Immortal phase, which it's gonna, it could be fairly close here. They've got 24 seconds, maybe a little bit, maybe not quite enough time to be able to soak up from 19 to 20. But yeah, they're going to be looking to force here. Is the side of third string. They are rotating down. They're going to be seen by this camp, and it does look like Brawls Deep is going to try to back off here, which they will be able to do. But they're going to at least clear the Shaman camp, which will prevent some of that push. But we'll have to see what the teams decide to go for here. No level 20 yet, but it does look like Brawls Deep is still going to look to defend.
Yep, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't try to. That's definitely where they've had their strongest plays on anyways.
And they do have the fall stat who's able to soak and then come back in when he's ready. We do see Crunk Juice getting in pretty deep here. Is going to actually stage dive down to the bottom part of this team fight to try and zone a little bit. Will get a couple of hungering arrows in his face for his trouble as Picante almost knocks him down. Sulfuris is not going to hit anyone in the bottom part of that team fight. Falstad flies in to be able to get some serious damage out on Sonya. Chaos Bear getting very low is going to be taken down after the root there. Ariel going to hit the Aegis to at least stall out for a moment, but that's going to be a dead Ariel. And level 20 is picked up here from Brawls Deep on the heels of a 2-for-0 exchange as they have a successful defense and will now be able to work on their own Immortal.
Yeah, I wonder if this Immortal might be too much to hold off, but without them getting 20 yet, I don't know if they'll get it before the Immortal comes knocking on their keep.
Crunk Juice taking a look at any possible rotations coming in here, but ultimately it is going to be the defensive posturing from each of these. They go across, or the offensive posturing, they go across on the opposite sides. So that's going to be an easy capture here for Brawls Deep, but not likely to see third string contest here. No level 20s, 2 members down. This is going to be rough. They're not going to be able to pick up 20 here. It will at least be pushing in the top lane, but that keep is still completely exposed for Brawls Deep to be able to go after here.
Yep, they took that wall earlier in the game, and now it's going to be coming for payback.
Yep, that is the experience and just in general the smart play that you see from a really experienced team like Brawls Deep coming back to really help them out later in the game. Stage dive coming in. They are looking to force really hard here, but nice dodge from the side of third string. They are able to completely avoid that, but Odin has been popped, and they're just looking to take down this keep as quickly as possible so that Santa Claus can go ahead and take it over. There it is. He will assume the keep, and now they are going in deep here, as their names would suggest. And Artanis is going to receive that Aegis. Does get the heal just in time to keep himself alive for the moment, but Vala caught up way too deep into this team fight. Zygote's going to go down. Chaos Bear getting very low, and that's going to be a 3-for-0 so far. But Crunk Juice actually going to go down. Mig going in deep, trying to make the plays, but it's too little, too late. The core is going down, and your world champions of Chair League, Brawls Deep, coming in, defending their title, keeping their record alive, their completely undefeated record, and going to win this series 2-for-1 over third string.
Yeah, it was so close too, but in the late game, I just don't think Ariel had the healing they needed. Once one person would just get caught and blown up.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit though. I've seen a lot of matches against Brawls Deep, and Third String gave them a great match here today. They came out to play, and they did a great job. Couple little things, like you said, the frontliners positioning, they'd occasionally get caught out a little bit. We did see a couple of slightly greedy moments in the series where you would see Brawls Deep do something similar, but get just as much as they could get and not get a little over greedy. But still, you gotta respect the play. Chaos Bear getting a lot of really, really great swaps. Picante often, more often than not, there with the follow-up. But I do agree with you. I think the comp was a little bit squishy, especially with the Sylvanas last pick. I feel like a secondary support could have made a big difference there. And they did, every time Picante got focused, even if they would get favorable, even if they got something done in those team fights, wouldn't be able to focus down the damage enough to give Ariel enough juice to heal, and it just would end up not going their way most of the time.
Yeah, but it was a really good series. Everything went back and forth. Pretty much everything was down to the wire every single game. So it was definitely well played and quite enjoyable to watch and cast.
Absolutely. Thank you to both of these teams. Congratulations to Brawls Deep picking up the win here in Week 2. They will go on 2-0 so far in the season. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. And Ice Fox, as always, pleasure to cast with you. Thanks for coming out, man.
Always fun to be here.
All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night with more Chair League. Hope you guys enjoy your Monday night, and have a good one.